Every Cuisinart toaster sold today is assembled in a Conair-operated facility in Shanghai's Minhang district. Production moved to China in 2001. The premium branding did not. But while one of America's most recognized kitchen names was quietly outsourcing everything, at least 4 forgotten manufacturers kept building toasters the way they were made in 1962. The ownership chain behind Cuisinart explains exactly how that gap was allowed to grow. To trace this ownership chain, one must look at the corporate filings and product labeling that define Cuisinart's modern operations. In 2001, Cuisinart's parent company, Conair Corporation, shifted the brand's primary small appliance manufacturing from domestic facilities to factories in China. This transition was documented in regulatory filings, which registered the People's Republic of China as the primary production origin starting in the 2001 fiscal year. By 2014, Conair consolidated these operations into a newly expanded 4,500 square meter facility located at Building 1, number 1198 Jiti Road in Shanghai's Minhang district. This site handles the heavy assembly, engineering, and final packaging for Cuisinart's toaster product lines. The corporate structure shifted on May 17, 2021, when the private equity firm American Securities acquired Conair Corporation and its subsidiaries. Securities and Exchange Commission filings and corporate acquisition announcements confirm that this transfer of ownership left the existing manufacturing infrastructure intact, preserving the operational status of the Shanghai facility. Today, the supply chain remains structured from the parent firm, American Securities, down through Conair, to Cuisinart, with the physical origin of the appliances marked by Made in China labels printed on the retail boxes. In the interest of journalistic fairness, formal inquiries were sent by certified mail to the corporate offices of Cuisinart, Conair, and American Securities, offering each entity the opportunity to comment on camera or in writing. None of the 3 companies replied. In 1952, British inventor Max Gort Barton designed a commercial toaster in London. This became the foundation for the Dualit Classic line, a consumer appliance that deliberately rejects modern disposable manufacturing. Today, these premium machines are still hand-assembled at a single factory in Crawley, West Sussex. When an assembler finishes building a classic toaster, they stamp their individual mark directly onto the aluminum base plate. This physical mark corresponds to a modular internal architecture. Unlike modern consumer toasters that rely on sealed circuit boards and soldered wires, the Dualit Classic uses a fully mechanical rotary timer and a manual eject lever. There are no microchips or digital displays. The internal wiring is secured with removable brass screws and bolts rather than solder, allowing every single component to be accessed, tested, and replaced. The core of this design is the patented ProHeat heating element introduced in 1999. These elements are protected by a thin, durable mineral layer that shields the glowing nichrome wire from physical damage and oil accumulation. If a heating element eventually burns out after years of constant use, it does not ruin the entire appliance. The owner can buy a replacement element directly from the company's catalog, unscrew the toaster's protective frame, and plug the new cartridge directly into the socket. This repairable structure ensures that a machine built in West Sussex remains functional decades after purchase, proving that consumer appliances do not have to be engineered for the landfill. Under the chrome-plated shell of a modern Cuisinart consumer toaster lies an entirely different engineering logic. Disassembling a standard model reveals how contemporary manufacturing prioritizes low assembly costs over product lifespan. Where a serviceable machine relies on mechanical switches and modular copper blocks, this unit uses a single printed circuit board populated with cheap capacitors, surface mount resistors, and thin silicone traces. Unlike the plug-in cartridges found in serviceable designs, these heating elements are permanently fixed. The delicate nichrome ribbon is hand-threaded around thin mica sheets and permanently soldered directly to the main power board. When a single strand of this wire snaps due to repeated thermal expansion, or when a capacitor on the control board degrades from trapped internal heat, the appliance stops working. Because the internal chassis is held together by crimped metal tabs and proprietary security screws designed only for factory assembly, there is no practical way to desolder the element or swap the circuit board without fracturing the surrounding plastic housing. The manufacturer does not sell replacement elements, timers, or control boards to consumers. The only option is discarding the entire machine. This design philosophy explains why industry data shows the average lifespan of a modern consumer toaster is now just 2 to 5 years. The appliance is built as a sealed, single-use system, transforming what was once a decades-long household investment into a disposable product destined for a landfill at the first sign of component fatigue. While the consumer market accepted throwaway appliances, the commercial sector could not afford to. In Smithville, Tennessee, Star Manufacturing operates on a completely different set of rules. Founded in 1921, Star has spent over 90 years building food service equipment designed for constant, uninterrupted use. In 1982, the company established its central manufacturing hub in Tennessee, where it continues to produce heavy-gauge, pop-up, and conveyor toasters. For a commercial kitchen, continuous use is the governing design requirement. When a busy diner toasts hundreds of slices of bread every morning, a toaster failure halts service and immediately drains revenue. This reality of uptime economics explains why restaurant operators bypass $30 consumer appliances that fail within 2 years. Instead, they purchase commercial units designed to run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Although Star was acquired by the Middleby Corporation in 2007, its domestic production footprint in Smithville remains fully operational. Inside this facility, workers assemble high-wattage machines using heavy-gauge stainless steel housings and reinforced mechanical components. For these clients, paying a higher upfront cost for a Tennessee-built machine is a calculated investment to prevent downtime. It proves that American appliance manufacturing never actually disappeared. It simply retreated to the professional kitchen, where durability is a non-negotiable business necessity. In Winsted, Connecticut, another manufacturer demonstrates that domestic production remains a viable, integrated model. Cadco has operated from a single facility at 200 International Way since its founding in 1996. By co-locating administration, engineering, manufacturing, and distribution under one roof, the company avoids the structural fragmentation that defines outsourced consumer brands. Inside this Connecticut plant, workers perform the on-site assembly of heavy-duty conveyor and standard pop-up toasters designed specifically for the rigorous demands of commercial food service. This environment requires constant use reliability, where a machine must run continuously throughout a busy shift without failure. To meet this standard, Cadco's commercial units, like the CTW4M, are engineered with heavy-gauge stainless steel housings and user-replaceable heating elements, backed by a 2-year warranty on the elements themselves. Rather than forcing a kitchen operator to discard a $400 appliance when a single heating ribbon fails, the machine is designed for simple, modular field service. Cadco's continuous operation in Winsted shows that domestic food service production can thrive by serving buyers who depend on long-term utility. This survival of domestic manufacturing extends beyond Star and Cadco. Wisconsin-based giants Hatco and Vollrath still produce high-capacity conveyor and slot toasters within their Milwaukee and Sheboygan facilities. For these commercial brands and the institutional buyers who rely on them, planned obsolescence is a mathematical impossibility. In a high-volume diner or corporate cafeteria, a broken toaster halts food service, backs up lines, and instantly cuts into daily profit margins. Restaurant operators cannot afford to treat appliances as disposable items. Because downtime has a direct, immediate financial penalty, the commercial food service sector represents a parallel market where the structural integrity, heavy-gauge metals, and modular repairability, abandoned by consumer brands like Cuisinart, were never forgotten. They were preserved because durability remains a business necessity. Today, the modern kitchen is a battlefield between marketing and engineering. When we choose convenience over repairability, we accept built-in obsolescence. Yet, the survival of heavy-duty manufacturing proves we do not have to. The choice to buy less, but buy better, remains ours. Share your thoughts below.